So happy Halloween, everyone. I want to give you a Halloween update. This is the White House. They got their orange lights out for Halloween. It says looking spooky tonight. JD Vance is going as himself for Halloween. And if you're a meme, you might as well lean into it and call it out. And that's what he did. And other people, they got their kids, get this, dressed up as Melania and Donald Trump. I don't know what kind of people do their kids or that. It's probably politicians' kids is my guess. And I'll be curious what your costumes were. Did you go as Trump or maybe even Elon Musk? And this is also the conversation on Halloween is whether or not Donald Trump is the devil. Have a listen to this.
Some people still think, Trump is like the devil, basically. And I mean, I think Trump actually, he's not perfect, but he's not evil. Trump is not evil. I mean, no. I spent a lot of time with him, and he's a product of his time, but he's not evil.
No, I don't think he's evil either.
Some people still think.
That's where we are in American culture, debating out whether or not the president of the United States is the devil or evil. So according to Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, they don't think he's the devil or evil, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I'll just say this is a product of the time. I agree with them that Trump is a product of the time. And I'll just say it is not a good, your momentum is not great if people are debating whether or not you're evil. And these are your friends even talking about it. That's where we are. Also going on, this is actual Trump. He's in a Mar-a-Lago at the moment. That's where he goes on weekends, right? He's out partying, doing Halloween. And this is him. I guess Mark Rubio's there. I don't know who else was invited. I mean, you can ask Trumpers, and I'm sure there'll be more videos coming out and Trump doing whatever he's doing. But I guess he's going as himself for Halloween. You can literally see it right there. And he's also building ballroom and bathrooms. We talk about another video. This is what they're up to in Halloween. A representative says, people can't pay their bills. No one gives an F what your bathroom looks like. And it's crazy. Like you wish that, the White House was just doing Halloween decorations and orange lighting. And that's kind of what normal people do. But yes, during the shutdown, they are doing the bathroom. That's not their Halloween. Vance is leaning into even more Halloween stuff. Have a take a look at this.
Happy Halloween, kids. And remember, say thank you.
And they really did say that, say thank you, right? And there's Vance spinning around. He's all out. This was actually Newsom was doing the Halloween thing and basically tweeting out like a GIF. And I don't know what this mask character is. Is it just kind of a random one or a particular one? But you guys can let me know. Again, we're doing the Halloween thing today. And Gavin Newsom also had this on Halloween. He's going as a Jedi, I guess, in the AI thing. And this is actually a direct play on what Trumpers did before. And in the Trump version of this, Trump had a red lightsaber for reals. And Gavin's got a blue one, which means the good guys. Gavin says, happy Halloween to all, excluding the radical right empire who wants to rip away food, healthcare, and hope from every corner of the galaxy. Thankfully, I, Gavin C. Newsom, America's favorite Jedi, stands with the rebellion, the people, democracy is returning, GCN. And this is literally a direct joke because Trump put out a very similar thing as well. So that's what you got, and you got to have eagles hanging out with you. This is also Governor Pritzker. He actually went as Fred Flintstone. You can see it right there, and he's enjoying Halloween. And I'd like to hear what you guys are going on as also. This is actually a real thing. This is Elon Musk. I guess he's got his robots out handing candy. And I'll be frank with you guys, I'm not a fan of this stuff. I like tech and things. I just feel like this removes the humanity of what you want Halloween to be, just hanging out with your neighbors. But, that's kind of where we're at. According to Elon Musk, it'll get better soon. We're referring to XAI. I guess his robots and AI stuff are great at drinks. And this is, I'll put a different way to think about Halloween. It's like, things that are scary and stuff like that. This stuff honestly is scary to me, to like removing humanity too much from the world. I don't want that. I don't want to be filled with AI slop nonstop. This is also coming from Tesla. Listen, look at this. So, this is the, Elon Musk robots things. I get the joke. So I have a sense of humor stuff, guys. I get the joke, but just taken as a whole, I'm just like, dang, they're really leaning into this robot army stuff. Cause that's what Musk was talking about on his earnings call, talking about robot armies and whether or not, now we're talking about whether or not the Antichrist is coming. For real. This is Peter Thiel. And if you don't know, recently South Park did an episode on him, and they're making a joke. Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist. Peter Thiel. And if you haven't seen it, you'll know. And you're like, what's Chris singing about? But they actually do talk about the Antichrist. And he gave a series of lectures talking about it. Again, this is like crazy stuff. Listen.
This is my very specific question for you, right? Is that you're an investor in AI. You're deeply invested in Palantir, in military technology, in technologies of surveillance, in technologies of warfare, and so on, right? And it just seems to me that when you tell me a story about the Antichrist coming to power and using the fear of technological change to sort of impose order on the world, I feel like that Antichrist would maybe be using the tools that you were building, right? Like, wouldn't the Antichrist be like, great, we're not going to have any more technological progress, but I really like what Palantir has done so far, right?
Yeah,
isn't that a concern? Wouldn't that be the irony of history would be that the man publicly worrying about the Antichrist accidentally hastens his or her arrival?
There are all these different scenario. I obviously don't think that that's what I'm doing.
So he doesn't think that's what he's doing. I mean, these are our conversations, right? Elon Musk on these, right-wing podcasts. Oh, I just don't think Donald Trump is evil. And this other guy's like, wow, I just don't think all the surveillance that all my technology is doing is the Antichrist going to bring about. It's crazy. It's crazy we're even having these conversations. I'm trying to point out of like, this is the bad spot if you're constantly talking about these things and people are talking about you in this way. And, his technology is all about surveilling everyone. And then when you look at what Musk is doing, and I saw this today, it was really interesting. It appears that they're admitting that Tesla's a big scam. Recently, I guess, Elon Musk's SpaceX is acquiring a bunch of Cybertrucks. Even Jerry Rig, so he often trolls Tesla people here. He's like, lithium batteries get permanently damaged if they sit unused for too long. If you're one of the few people buying a, quote, new Cybertruck, make sure you check the manufacturer date so you know the battery is fresh. Anything over 6 months old isn't risk. And then, again, this person's like visiting, I think, SpaceX, because this is also one of the Tesla people. And he was
100-ish last time. There are a lot more than Are they out of room in Austin? Why are they parking? I don't even feel like they need that many trucks there.
They don't need that many trucks there, right? So that's the question. And Sawyer Merritt, this is one of the Tesla like fanboys, stock promoters. He says, "Good Lord, how many Cybertrucks did SpaceX order?" And honestly, because we're talking about Halloween and stuff like that, like Musk's plan for the future is that we're all gonna have his robots in our homes, which to me is a scary thought. That's why I'm like talking about Halloween. And also, I feel like are they admitting circular finance? Is that what we're doing here in order to keep our Musk afloat? Am I having one company just buy up all the unused or unsold, I guess you could say? Or I guess now they're sold, but are they admitting to that? This is today. I was just like, what the heck are you guys doing over there? I knew that they were shuffling money around, right? But I didn't know they're necessarily having SpaceX buy Cybertrucks or acquire, however you want to say it. I don't know. I literally just saw Sawyer's like, good Lord, how many Cybertrucks did SpaceX order? That's today. And then you got this, they're still trying to convince people with robots. Remember, Musk wants to build this robot army, and he's threatening to leave Tesla if he doesn't get control of his army, that you got to vote for his $1 trillion. And that's where we are, right? Tesla CEO Elon Musk warns corporate terrorists are trying to take away his $1 trillion pay package and control over building out the AI robotic future. And I guess the way to describe, Halloween is the scariest thing for Musk is if he doesn't get his $1 trillion. We're going to find out November 5th. And, this is our crazy world that we are in, right? While people are suffering, Musk is like talking about getting his $1 trillion. Here they're talking about that you don't need a steering wheel. Are we putting a steering wheel? Listen to this.
Cybercab is gorgeous. I told you I'd buy 2 of those if you put a steering wheel in them. And there is a big movement
We're not
online.
putting a steering wheel in.
People are begging for it. Why not? Why not let us buy a couple? Just the first ones off the line and drive them. I mean, they look great. It's like the perfect model. You always had a vision for a Model 2, right? Like, isn't it like the perfect Model 2 in addition to being a cybercab?
Look, the reality is people may think they want to drive their car, but the reality is that they don't. How many times have you been, say, in an Uber or Lyft, and you said, you know what, I wish I could take over from the driver, and I wish I could get off my phone and take over from the Uber driver and drive to my destination. How many times have you thought that to yourself?
No, it's quite the opposite.
0.0 times. Okay.
I have the Model Y, and I just got 14. I have Juniper, and I got the 14.1, and I put it on Mad Max mode the last couple of days. That is
Mad Max mode
a unique experience. I was like, wait a second, this thing is driving in a very unique fashion. Yeah.
So that is the scary future that Elon Musk wants. He wants us all to drive his cars. Well, actually not drive his cars. He wants his cars to, I guess, drive themselves. There's no steering wheels and these things. That's according to Elon Musk. There was a rumor before that they changed their mind and now they're going to put steering wheels in there, but now there's like, no, I don't want a steering wheel. And then seriously, that I told you guys before on the channel that Musk and Tesla, they had this new thing called Mad Max mode for their cars, which is not something that I want to see a car having. And the basic just was it'll be a little bit more aggressive with its, robot driving that doesn't work, change lanes a little bit more frequently. And they literally call it Mad Max mode. They're joking about it. So I hope you're all safe this Halloween. And I guess if I were going to go, I would go as a, dangerous Elon Musk robot, Antichrist, evil person, devil, if you want to make a joke about this kind of stuff. But that's where we're at. So please be careful out there. I want to hear your thoughts on this stuff. And I'll catch you all in the next video.